So option trading explain. What is option trading? Since that video went viral, a lot of people was like, I'm confused. Ain't no way when Trump did that pause on tariffs, except China, the stock market made people all that money. What y'all not understanding is because a lot of y'all still need to educate yourself, and that's fine. We all got to start from somewhere. So if a normal stock of Tesla go up 30% in a day, and you bought shares, shares is when you own the company. If I buy shares, that means I can own it forever. I can pass it down to my kids' kids. It's mine. I got part ownership in that company. So if that stock go up 30% in a day for Tesla, that means it went from $200 to about 260. Only thing I'm making is that $60 per share. So if you got $1,000 in Tesla, that's 5 shares. And if it go up 30%, that's $60 times that 5 shares will equal $300. I believe, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, yeah, about $300. So $300 you made off that $1,000. But imagine if you bought $1,000 in option contracts. So now what is options? Options is not you owning the stock. That's why you make so much money. It's a contract for you to buy and sell and having the option to purchase these contracts. And if they go up for calls, because you can make money if it go up or down. Calls, you want to go up to make money. Puts, you want to go down to make money. So if it go in your desired direction before the expiration date, that's why you make so much money, because you can lose everything quick or you can make a lot of money quick. And obviously you can cut losses. So if you put 1,000 in and it going down $200, you can sell and keep the 800. But what I mean by everything is the stock don't have to go down to zero for you to lose everything. If you bought shares, Tesla would have to go down to $0.00 before you lose everything that you put into it. With options, that stock can go from $200 down to like 180 and you lost everything if you bought calls. Make sense? So that's why you make so much money, because if it goes in your favor, in your direction before the expiration date, it's like a high risk, high reward type of gamble. But I don't really like to use the word gamble, because when you got knowledge, research, experience, just like you got professional gamblers and professional sports bettors, like they very analytical. It comes down to a science, to where they got strategies, they got multiple ways to give them indications to buy the stock. That could be a dip buy, breakout, first green day, earnings winners. That could be different patterns, double bottoms, double tops. You got different signals and different things, reading the charts, technical analysis, multiple different intricacies that lines up that give a professional trader or a professional investor the reason to buy stock before they buy it. So back to options. Basically what options is you having the option to buy these contracts. I'm buying calls if I expect to go up, puts if I expect to go down. You got to pick an expiration date. The expiration date can go all the way out to a few years. The further the expiration date, the more expensive the contract is going to cost. Why? Because that's more likely that the contract will make you money, because you have an ample amount of time for it to hit. The closer the expiration is, the cheaper the contract will cost. Why? Because they like, you ain't gonna make no money before that date, so we'll give it to you for dirt cheap. So you can do a week out, you can do a month out, a year out, 2 years out. Over a year is called a leap. A leap is, basically it's an extended time period that's giving you an ample amount of time for it to reach that target. So whenever you buy option contract, if Tesla is trading at $200 Tesla, and I want to buy option, I will go trade, I will hit options. Once I hit options, a date will be at the top. Robinhood specifically, I will click the date. Me, I do a week out because I day trade options. I'm expecting the move to happen within that day. That's why on that video, they was like, oh, I hope you cash out because it went down the next day. I don't care about it going down the next day, next week, or whatever. I'm selling that same day for a small loss or a nice gain. So that day it went up, I sold for a nice profit. So anyways, you'll click the date. I'm doing a week out because I'm looking for my stock to make that move that particular day, because of knowledge, research, experience, reading the charts, knowing the move about to happen, or anticipating on the move before it even happened. So you click the date. Once you click the date, now you're going to have under that, you're going to have buy call or buy put. So if I'm expecting it to go up, I'm going to buy call. If I'm expecting it to go down, I'm going to buy put. Now I got the date out of the way. I got buy call out of the way, or buy put. The next thing you got is the option chain. The option chain is where you see strike prices and the price of the stock. So you may see, if we looking at Tesla and say $200, you might see a strike price of 220, 230, 250, 300. And then underneath it, 180, 170, 160, those strike prices to the left. And then how much it costs is to the right. It might say $2. Really, it don't cost $2 because one option contract is 100 shares. So it'll end up being $2 times 100. It'll really cost you $200 for that option contract. So you could have bought 3 to 4 or 5 contracts of Tesla for the $200, right? And if it went up that 30% that day, the intrinsic value on that stock would have made you like, damn, $15,000-$20,000 in a single day, because you gotta. It's like you owning 100 shares for every one contract, and you own 500 shares. You controlling, not own, but you controlling 500 shares instead of just 5 shares. So 500 shares going up 30% is going to be significantly more than just 5 shares. It's more safer to buy the 5 shares of Tesla and hold it to where you can pass it down to your kids. But once you got the knowledge, or if you're following the right people that know this stuff, it's more quicker to build wealth buying the 5 contracts with equals to 500 shares. That's just like if I'm in real estate and I write up a contract. I ain't got no money involved. I don't own the house, but I write up a contract because I see somebody selling the house for 100 grand, but I know I can sell it for 150. So I write up a contract for the buyer and the seller, and I get the buyer that I found to buy this house for 150 grand and be the middleman between them, which I don't own nothing. I'm just the middleman between the buyer and the seller of this house, and I make the 50 grand. He's selling it for 100 on paper, and I'm selling the new buyer for 150 grand, so I make the $50,000 in the middle, just like an option contract. I don't own the house, I don't own the stock, but by me, I'm making so much money is because I identify the opportunity to, know this stock is about to do this before that date and all that, this, that, and third. So basically that's what options is. And then you got, I ain't want to talk your head off too much and have you confused, like, damn, this crazy. But you got in the money, out of the money, and at the money option contracts. So some people will buy the same option contracts and be like, well, how you made that? That don't make sense. I ain't made that much, because you probably bought out of the money. You didn't buy in the money or at the money contracts. In the money and at the money is going to grow intrinsic value. Growing intrinsic value is just a stock making money quicker than one that's out of the money. Because in the money, that's basically the strike price near the current price. So if Tesla at $200 and I bought in the money contract, that means that I bought a contract that was at a strike price of like 190, 195 right there. So you get what I'm saying? So at the money would be $200 strike price. So it's already at the price of what the stock is trading at. So as soon as it start going to 201, 202, I'm already making money fast too. But if I bought out the money is further away from the current price. So if Tesla is trading at 200, out of the money strike price would be like 220, 230. So it have to get to that point for me to start making real money. As long as the stock is moving up towards your destination, you already making money. But since it's so far out of the money, you just making money slower because it ain't get to your strike price yet. That makes sense? Same thing though, it's reverse. Say if you buy out the money and we start losing money, the end of money that I bought that's close to the current price, the 195, 200 strike, it's going to lose money much faster if it start dropping towards 190, 180. It's going to lose all my money faster than your one that's out the money that you got with a 230 strike price. Just as it grows slowly in money, it's going to lose slowly in money as well. So you pick the strike price based on your risk tolerance. If you have a high risk tolerance, you would do in the money, at the money. Low risk tolerance, you would do kind of out of the money, so it won't be so aggressive. So basically that's it in a nutshell, guys. I know it may still sound kind of confusing. That's why you just got to look at multiple videos, run this video back, go into your Robinhood, sign up for options, because some people don't even got the option to trade options. You got to have experience to do it. But you can lie on your application and say you got experience if you following somebody with experience and you kind of using their experience. They using their experience through you or whatnot. But you just go to the bottom right hand corner on Robinhood app to the human icon. You click the top 3 left tabs. You click investing. Once you click investing, you scroll all the way down to the bottom, and it should be like the 4th to the 5th to the bottom. It should say enable options. You enable options and you sign up. Everything you answer truthfully except option experience. They say how many years you been trading options. You want to say 2 years. Do you know how to enter an option spread? You want to say yes. Little shit like that you want to say yes to. That's the only way you're gonna get approved. They don't want to approve people that don't know what the fuck they doing.